Isang mas tagumpay na pagpapalang muli sa inyo, sa aking mga kaguro, mga magulang, at mga mag-aral. Kumusta kayo? Handa na ba kayo? Kunin na ang inyong mga gagamitin sa ating aralin. Muli, ako ang gurong makakasama nyo, Maestro Olaso. Tara na't mas tuto! Alright! Welcome to our week number 8. Yes, we are now on the last 2 weeks ng ating first quarter. Okay, so ang ating topic for this week is about dividing fractions. At ngayon, ating pag-uusapan, these are our competencies. Visualize division of fractions, then divide simple fractions and whole numbers by a fraction and vice versa. All right, so let's have first a review about multiplying fractions. Did you still remember how do we multiply fractions? All right, let's have 3/4 of 4/5. Paano ba natin kinukuha ang product ng 3/4 of 4/5? Yes, let us translate first into mathematical sentence or multiplication sentence. 3/4 times 4/5. Now, the long method or the standard way is, yes, multiply the numerators. 3 times 4 equals 12. Very good. Then multiply also the denominator. 4 times 5 equals 20. So we have 12 over 20 or 12 20ths. Now check if it is already in lowest term. No, so we can still divide 12 and 20 by their GCF. What is the GCF of 12 and 20? Yes, we can divide it by 4. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Therefore, the lowest term is 3/5. 3/4 of 4/5 is 3/5. Now, if we are going to use another method, the cancellation method. Paano nga ba natin ulit ginagawa ang cancellation method? Yes, let us look for a pair of numerator and denominator to cancel or reduce. Maghanap tayo ng magkapares na numerator at saka denominator. Ano ang possible na pwede nating i-cancel dyan? That's great! 4 and 4. Lagi niyong tatandaan, ito ang pinakamabilis na i-cancel. Kapag magkapareho ang number, ang reduced number dyan ay 1. Bakit? Because when we are dividing a number by itself, the answer is 1. Kahit 1 million pa yan, divided by 1 million, the lowest term is 1. Tatandaan po natin yan. Do we have another pair? Mayroon pa ba tayong pwedeng i-cancel? Alright, so wala na. So let's multiply now. 3 times 1 equals 3. 1 times 5 equals 5. Therefore, 3/4 of 4/5 is 3/5. Let's proceed. What about multiplying fraction by whole number? Naalala nyo pa ba? Okay, let's try. We have 5/6 of 48. What is step number 1? Yes, you are correct. Translate it into multiplication sentence. 5/6 times 48, lagi nating tatandaan, kapag whole number, lalagyan lang natin ang denominator ng 1 para sa lahat ng mga whole number. So we have 48 over 1. Now, the long method is that multiply the numerators. 5 times 48, multiply the denominators. 6 times 1. So we have 240 over 6. Is that already in lowest term? Obviously, hindi pa. Kasi siya ay nasa improper. You are going to change it to mixed number. Pero Pag dinivide na natin yan, 240 divided by 6. Ayan. I-post nyo muna kung gusto nyo i-compute. So, anong nakuha? Is there any remainder? Wala tayong remainder. Kapag walang remainder, ibig sabihin, ang ating sagot is a whole number. So, 240 divided by 6 equals 40. Yes, because walang remainder. Now, let us use the cancellation method. Look for a pair of numerator and denominator to cancel or reduce. Meron ba tayong pwedeng i-cancel? Yes, we have 6 and 48. Ano ang pwede nating i-divide? It should be the greatest common factor. Yes, we have 48 divided by 6 equals 8. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. That's correct. Now, let's multiply the numerators. 5 times 8 equals 40. 1 times 1 equals 1. If our answer is 40 over 1, then 40 divided by 1, the final answer is a whole number. So it's equal to 40. Nakuha po ba? Yes! Now, what about multiplying fraction by mixed number? Did you still remember how do we multiply fraction by mixed number? So let's try. Suppose we have 5 6 times 2 and 1/5. Naalala pa ba? Yes. The first step is that if we have a given number of a mixed number or a mixed fraction, what are you going to do ay papalitan muna natin siya into improper fraction. Let us change mixed number to improper fraction, 2 and 1/5. How do we change that? Let's multiply the denominator. 5 times 2 equals 10. Then add plus 1, we have 11 fifths. Okay, so therefore, we can multiply now 5 sixths times 11 fifths. The long method, multiply the numerators. 5 times 11 equals 55. 6 times 5 equals 30. So we have 55 over 30. Then look, is that already in lowest term? No, it's improper. So, paano ba tayo mag-change ng improper to mixed? Divide lang natin. 55 divided by 30. Get your scratch paper. May remainder ba? Yes. So, we have the answer of 1 and then remainder of 25. Then, look at the fraction. 25 over 30. Is that already in lowest term? No, we can still divide 25 and 30 to their greatest common factor or GCF. Ano ba ang GCF ng 25 at saka 30? Yes, we can divide it by 5. So, our final answer is 1 and 5 sixths. Bakit naging 1 and 5 sixths? Dinivide natin yung 25 and 30 sa 5. Kaya naging 1 and 5 sixths. Now, let us use the cancellation method. Again, if the given is mixed, change that to improper fraction. So we have 5 6 times 11 fifths. Let us use the cancellation method. Do we have a pair? Yes. Obviously, parehas na naman yung number. So divide by itself, 5 will become 1, 5 will become 1. Then multiply 1 times 11 equals 11. 6 times 1 equals 6. 11 6 is an improper. By changing to mixed, divide mo lang. 11 divided by 6, we have 1, then the remainder of 5. Therefore, the mixed number is 1 and 5 6. 5 6 times 2 and 1/5 is equal to 1 and 5 6. Naalala pa ba? Nakuha po ba? Congratulations! Now, let us review again how to find the reciprocal of the following. Naalala nyo pa ba? Week number 7, di ba? In-explain ko na ito. So let's try. What if we have 3/4? How are we going to find the reciprocal of 3/4? By the way, what do we mean by reciprocal? Reciprocal means interchanging the numerator and the denominator. Sa Tagalog, babaliktarin mo lang. Yung denominator, ilalagay mo sa numerator and numerator, ilalagay sa denominator. Pagbabaliktarin. Or we call that flip. Naalala po ba? Therefore, the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. Alright. Nakuha po ba? Next, what about we have a whole number? How do we find the reciprocal of a whole number? Huwag mag-alala. Ang gagawin mo lang, di ba, when we change, di ba, ang whole number ay walang denominator. Pag lalagyan natin ng denominator ang whole number, anong nilalagay natin? That's correct. 6 or whole number will be changed to 6/1. So, can we find now the reciprocal of 6/1? Yes, baliktarin mo lang. So, the reciprocal of 6 is 1/6. All right. Now, what about the given number is a mixed number or a mixed fractions? How do we find the reciprocal? Okay, tatandaan to ha. If the given is a mixed number, change first into improper. What is improper fractions of 2 and 1/3? Multiply 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7, then copy denominator. So it's equal to 7/3. 2 and 1/3 is equal to 7/3. Now, what is the reciprocal of 7/3? You got it. It's 3/7. Babaliktarin mo lang ang numerator and denominator. So that's reciprocal of a number. Nakuha po ba? So, let's proceed now to our topic. Visualizing division of fractions. Paano nga ba natin dinidivide ang fractions? Let's go! Suppose we have 1/2 divided by 1/4. Let us visualize first. Okay? Pag sinabi natin 1/2, there is 1 whole divided into 2, then you get 1, that's 1/2, and that's 1/2. What about 1/4? The whole number divided by 4, then get 1 out of it, that's 1/4. Now, according to this one, 1/2 divided by 1/4. The question now is, para makuha mo ang sagot, you just ask yourself, how many 1/4 are there in 1/2? Ilan ba ang 1/4 na bumubuo sa 1/2? Bilangin natin. We have 1, 2. So, 1/2 divided by 1/4 is 2. That's the answer. All right. Now, let's have another one. What if we have 3 divided by 3/4? Sige nga. So, let us illustrate. We have 3 wholes, tatlong buo. Then we have 3/4. The question now is, how many 3/4 are there in 3 wholes? Ilan kaya ang 3/4 na bumubuo sa tatlong buo? Bilangin natin. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and we have 4. Therefore, 3 divided by 3/4 is equal to 4. And that's the answer. Nakuha nyo? Congratulations! Let us use now the step-by-step in dividing fractions. Now, let's start with dividing simple fractions. Paano nga ba kung hindi na tayo magdo-drawing? Gagamitin natin. For example, kanina, alam nyo na ang sagot dito. 1/2 divided by 1/4 equals 2. Without illustrating, ano ang other method na pwede nating gamitin? Ang tawag ko dito ay CCF method. Yan, original to, galing sa akin to ha. What do we mean by CCF method? Okay, wala nang kukurap. Let's do step by step. Let's start with letter C. In dividing these simple fractions, let's start with letter C, step number 1. C stands for copy the dividend. So, kopyahin lang daw ang dividend. So, ang dividend natin ay 1 half. Let's proceed. Step number 2. Another C. What do we mean by another C? The second step is change to multiplication. O, di ba? From division, magmumultiply pa rin tayo. So, therefore now, we can now change it into multiplication. Step number 3, F means flip. Pag sinabing flip, binaliktad. Baliktarin daw natin ang divisor, yung 1/4. Or get the reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of 1/4? You got it. It's 4/1. Babaliktarin mo lang yung ilalim, ilagay sa ibabaw, yung ibabaw, ilagay sa ilalim. Interchanging the numerator and the denominator. Now, we are done with CCF method. Now, let's go back to multiplying fractions. All right? So, multiply 1 times 4 and 2 times 1, we have 4/2. Now, is that already in lowest term? If not, reduce to lowest term. 4/2 is an improper fraction. Change that to mixed. So, divide 4 divided by 2. Is there a remainder? Wala. Kung wala, means our final answer is whole number 2. Diba? 1 half divided by 1/4 is equal to 2. Again, always remember the method. CCF method means copy, change, flip. Tandaan yan. Let's have another example. Suppose we have dividing whole number by fraction. How are we going to divide whole number by fraction? Let's follow the CCF method. 3 divided by 3/4. Paano ba natin kukunin ang sagot? CCF method. Let's start with step number 1, copy the dividend. In our case, it's a whole number. Paano ba natin kukopyahin ng whole number? Gagawin natin siyang fraction. Lalagyan natin siya ng denominator ng 1. Di ba? Alam na alam nyo na yan. Second step, another C. Change that to multiplication. Let's change that. All right. Number 3, F. Flip or get the reciprocal of the divisor 3/4. Baliktarin mo na ang 3/4. It's 4/3. That's correct. Now, let's multiply the fraction. You can use the cancellation or the long method. 3 times 4, 12. 1 times 3, 3. 12 divided by 3 is a whole number, walang remainder. The answer is 4. 3 divided by 3/4 is 4. Again, what method did we use? That's CCF, copy, change, and flip. All right, let's have another one. Example number 3. What if dividing fraction by whole number, kabaliktaran, yung ating dividend ay fraction, then yung ating divisor ay isang whole number. 1/4 divided by 3. Still, let's follow the CCF method. Step number 1, correct. Copy the dividend. We have 1/4. Step number 2, correct. Change to multiplication. Step number 3, you got it. Flip or get the reciprocal. Alright, take note of this. Since ang ating divisor ay isang whole number, then kapag kukunin natin ang reciprocal, di ba ang 3, pag nilagyan natin siya ng denominator, meron siyang denominator of 1. So 3 ay kaparehas lang yan ni 3/1. So what's the reciprocal of 3/1? 1/3 or 1/3. That's it. Now, let's multiply 1 times 1. 1. 4 times 3 equals 12. Is that already in lowest term? Obviously. So, 1/4 divided by 3 is equal to 1/12. Did you understand? Again, what method? CCF, copy, change, flip. Let's have example number 4. What if dividing mixed fraction by fraction? We have 2 and 1/4 divided by 2/3. Still, let's follow CCF method. Step number 1, correct. Copy the dividend. Now, if you are going to copy the dividend and the given is a mixed fraction, change that to improper. Again, how do we change that? 4 times 2, 8 plus 1 equals 9. Then copy the denominator for 9/4. Yan. Next, step number 2, change to multiplication. Step number 3, flip or get the reciprocal of the divisor. 2/3, the reciprocal is 3/2. Then, let's multiply or use the cancellation. Can we use the cancellation? No. So just multiply 9 times 3, 27. Then 4 times 2 equals 8. 27/8 is an improper. Change that to mixed number. 27 divided by 8 equals 3. A remainder of 3. Then copy the divisor 8. Therefore, 27/8 is equal to 3 and 3/8. 2 and 1/4 divided by 2/3 is equal to 3 and 3/8. Again, what method? Cool. Copy, change, and flip. All right, now let's have the final example. Now for our example number 5. What if dividing fraction by mixed fraction? For example, 4/5 divided by 1 and 1/2. Still, let us use the CCF method. Step number 1, anong gagawin natin? Copy the dividend, 4/5. Step number 2, change to multiplication. Step number 3, flip the divisor. Oops! Since ang ating divisor ay isang mixed fraction, so anong gagawin mo para makuha mo ang reciprocal? Is that first to improper fraction. 1 and 1/2 is equal to 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. 3/2. So what is the reciprocal of 3/2? That's correct. It's 2/3. Then multiply. 4 times 2, 8. 5 times 3, 15. So we have 8/15 or 8 over 15. Is that already in lowest term? Yes, you are correct. Wala na silang TCF. So, what method? TCF means copy, change, and flip. Ganun lamang po kasimple. Always remember, CCF method in dividing simple fractions, whole number by another fraction or vice versa. That concludes our week number 8. Thank you so much and happy learning!
Sorry, it's DJ.